Hey guys, Richard here, writing into my latest review. This is for New Jedi Order Book 13, Traitor by Matthew Stover. And as I thought, that is Jason Solo on the front. Much as I thought that was meant to be a young Harrison Ford, everyone of ours doesn't see it that way. It must just be that I sensed it was him well before I even got to this book. But yeah, it's absolutely him. So yeah, again, like I said in all the other Star Wars vids, there'll be no spoilers for anything later than this. So yeah, I'll mention the films, like Lucas era and Disney era Star Wars, all the EU books up to this point. So Ed's The Empire up to New Jedi Order. But again, nothing from later because, well, I've not read them. I've heard bits about some books, but some things might be from a different series. I don't know. But yeah, no book 14 plus or Legacy of the Force, Fate of the Jedi, any of the other ones. Just everything up to this point. But that's going to be too much to describe. This as like an amazing book, but it probably won't be the longest review ever. So yeah, just a couple of things in a shot. I did anyone's seen it already? I bought a Mega Drive a couple of weeks ago. Did an unboxing last week, and yeah, back in '93, I did actually get for a birthday, or maybe we ever shared it, was Aladdin and Sonic 2. And even though I've got Sonic 2 downloaded through the Wii, 360, PS3, the bundle just had the game in. I wasn't planning on buying it, so I'm not planning on buying any of the Mega Drive games I used to own until I eventually run out and more. But yeah, it's quite nice that like the set I bought happens to have my first two ever games. But yeah, so that's just a lesson about these two games. So yeah, on to the Star Wars review. So yeah, so first thing, this is the biggest question to anyone I'm sure has read this book. It's by Matthew Stover. Why do you only write one? You've got like so many others. James Luceno's got his two-parter and the finale, which is great. He's one of my favourite Star Wars authors. Probably my favourite actually. Yeah, he wrote Darth Plagueis, then he wrote Tarkin in Disney era. But yeah, and again, James Luceno writes three of them in the NGO and doesn't do any in Legacy of the Force. I mean, I have no idea if Legacy of the Force is actually that good or not. I've had some people on like YouTube posts say it's not a particularly good series. Some people do like it. I've got them, going to give it a read. Just whether as good as NJO, who knows. But yeah, it's as long as it does continue this character storylines believably. Same for Fate of the Jedi, but I don't actually own those yet. There's no point buying them until I'm actually at those books. But yeah, we'll see. As long as if it flows naturally, it's fine, because it's certainly not the case with looking at going from the books, the films to Disney one. There's no natural flow whatsoever. But yeah, and that. But yeah, first question is, superb book, but why is Matthew Stover only wrote one in this series and not touched Legacy of the Force? Same with James Luceno. Legacy of the Force has got Aaron Alliston, Karen Travis, and Troy Denning. Now, Karen Travis, I've read one of her Republic Commander books. I've read all the Gears of War books and played Gears of War 3. Great author. I'm sure she'll do a great job with those 3 of 9. Troy Denning, he's also done the NJO books. That's it, Star by Star. Massive book. Should have been split into 2 volumes, but yeah, that's a good one. And yeah, that's his only one. So yeah, no problems there. And Aaron Alliston, well, I've read the NJO books he's done, and I've got the Race Squadron books to read. Yeah, no problem with his writing whatsoever. But that's the other question. Why Matthew Stover did the Great Episode 3 book, has done the Mace Windu Shatterpoint book, which I'm probably going to read after NJO. Why did he not do more? I'd love to know some reasons why only 3 authors seemingly were chosen for Legacy of Force. But I don't know about Fate of the Jedi. I need to look into that. But yeah, so on to this. So this ends. It follows on from Star by Star, because Dark Journey's Jaina's resolution to Star by Star's events, whereas Star by Star, and spoilers for everything up to this book, is one where Anakin is killed and Jason's taken prisoner. So yeah, Jason doesn't appear at all in Dark Journey or in the Rebel Dream, Rebel Stand books, which is a bit odd, but then it gets to this, and yeah, it was worth it. They say traitor, but don't worry, Jason doesn't openly ally himself with Yuzan Vong or betray Luke Jedi Order. No, it's nothing like that. It's like more of a traitor question mark, probably be a better title. It's like, is he going to betray is he going to betray the Republic and Luke? Because ultimately this book is about him in his captivity being befriended by this Force user called Verger, I think that's how it's pronounced, and she's trying to teach him new ways about the Force, new ways of understanding it. Letting him learn that you can use aggression, that it's not necessarily a guaranteed pathway to the dark side. And yeah, it's just really good. There's a lot of philosophy in there. It's just those 2. Then you got Non Minor, who's somehow still alive. I don't know why these haven't killed him for his failures yet. But he's on the cover for the first NJO book, and if that's him, that is, yeah, I think he's likely to be there all the way at the end, but we'll see. He's kind of like the main villain. Yeah, you've got other ones like the Supreme Overlord, the War Masters, but yeah, Numenor seems to be like the main villain that everyone knows about. So he's probably going to stay for the last, but we'll see when we get there. But yeah, ultimately these books, but Jason being put with that embrace of pain, a bit like what they did to that senator before they just murdered him in one of the earlier books. And he, Jason comes through that. He's stripped down to like just his own beliefs and decisions of choices. He loses force powers for a while. He eventually gets moved to Coruscant, or rather, the Yuuzhan Vong's like what they've done to it. They've basically adjusted its orbit. They're like completely changing the planet, trying to like make it look like it's their home planet where they like seemingly is gone, but where they come from, and rebuilding Coruscant in their own image. So look forward to seeing that. God knows what they've done to like billions of lives on there, but yeah, it's good to see where it's going. And yeah, Jason another Jedi gets brought in. Ganna, he's one of the minor Jedi. He's not the most powerful or anything, but yeah, he gets brought in. And effectively, him and Jason are both like have to die for the cause, a bit like Anakin did. And yeah, Ganna does. Jason gets a chance to kill this world brain that's like right in the heart of Coruscant, and Ganna's job is to buy him time. And yeah, I just love the way the Force works in these books. You know, Ganna's like not a particularly powerful Jedi or anything. Yeah, he's lived that long, but he's nowhere near the strongest yet. Knowing what his purpose is, he just becomes this like invincible warrior, like filled with Force energy. And yeah, he sacrifices himself, like brings the wall down on like a horde of Yuuzhan Vong warriors after like killing them all single-handedly with Anakin's lightsaber. And yeah, it's kind of appropriate that Anakin died effectively sacrificing himself for a greater cause, and Ganna does the same thing, but they're both using the same lightsaber, which is pretty cool. Jason gets given his green one back at the end because the Vergers hung on to it, and yeah, it ends with Jason having not killed the world brain, but he's manipulated it. It's gonna like do things that the Yuuzhan Vong don't want, and yeah, that should be fun watching reading that happen. And again, when I say watch, God, I'd love to have seen this in like a film or TV show. Probably never happened, but it would have been good. But yes, that's it. Jason discovers new ways of using the Force. There are moments where he completely gives into his anger, and there's moments where he doesn't. And yeah, it looks like he's gonna like view things very differently after all this. And it's a really good book. You know, Matthew Stover's writing is superb. I think it's in like 3 days, just under 300 pages, which is good. But it's just so philosophical, and there's just so much like to think about, and yeah, it just works really, really well. So again, why did Matthew Stover not write more? I love his episode 3 book. Almost everyone says it's their favourite prequel trilogy era novel. And yeah, and then there's of course Shatterpoint with Mace Windu, which he wrote as well. So it should be good to read that one. But yeah, just makes me wish for more. Who knows? Maybe Fate of the Jedi he writes in that. I should really look this up, but or maybe they just were happy with just 1 or 2 stories or didn't like how the next was going. I don't know. I'll look into it all one day. But yeah, so that's it. So definitely recommended. And I'd actually put it as my favourite one so far. Originally, book 1 was my favourite. Vector Prime. It's so much goes on, not just Chewbacca's death, but just setting up this world. Oh, and this is what I mean by the cover. I'm certain that's obviously the Yuuzhan Vong. And I'm certain that's Numenor, but with as disguise, because they do have like fake face disguise. So I'm pretty sure that effectively the same person. So it makes sense. But I think I've googled this up. Who's on the cover for each book, and there are no places that tell you. So if anyone's watching this and knows that, please by all means post in the comments what it is. But we'll see. So yeah, so that's it. Short review, not much point me going on. But that's pretty much it. It's all Jason Solo's book and seeing how different he's going to become. Him and Verger escape their Jason's captivity, and he's clearly got a new way of looking at things. So yeah, for the next one. So that's it. Again, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. As I say this, about nearly halfway through the next NJO book. So, and then even with reading other books in between, like these ones, I'm still tearing through them all. My new job's limiting the time a bit, but yeah, it's absolutely worth it. I'll get more fun reading these than playing the PS4 at the minute with some games. So the new Lego Stars is awesome. Shout out to that game. And Xbox One, get back into Halo, the Master Chief Collection, which is great. Halo 2 I've never actually played before, other than a few levels up my friends. So even that has something of a newish feel. But yeah, great book series. Tearing through them. Started on like the 1st of Jan, and I'm way over halfway. And it's not even halfway through the year. So my original aim was complete all 19 by the end of the year, but could be maybe end of August place rate. Who knows? But yeah. Once this is done, I'll probably do like a gem or somewhere with all 19 books as well, but until then it's just the like 1-by-1 reviews. But yeah, thanks for watching, and again, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll have another one out soon. Thank you. Bye.